Welcome to yet another episode of Beyond the Present podcast. I'm Daniel Molgan, and today we're talking about self-made success and whether or not there is such a thing as self-made success. I'm sure you've heard this a lot. Self-made millionaires and billionaires, self-made artists and successful tycoons, self-made athletes. The fact of the matter is that there is no such thing as a self-made anything. Nobody is self-made. We can't even come to this world by ourselves. Everything we do is a byproduct of all the help, all the guidance, and a bit of luck that we've had along the way. So stop using the word self-made, especially if you're one of those entrepreneurs who feel like I'm a self-made millionaire or billionaire. There is no such thing as self-made. Everything you have accomplished so far is a byproduct of a lot of help you've received. And today, I want to demystify the whole notion of self-made. So let's now get started with what it actually means to be a self-made success. Now, when you typically think of someone who is a self-made success, you assume that that person did not receive a lot of help, especially in terms of money and other types of support from, let's say, a parental figure. Could be a mom, could be a dad, could be an uncle. So that person perhaps was the first wealthy person in their family, or the first person to go to college, or the first person to, make it to the Olympics. But the fact of the matter is that when you use these terminologies as self-made, you're actually making a huge mistake. You create this false notion that it is possible to achieve grand levels of success all by yourself, just because of your talent. Well, the fact of the matter is, if you look around, you realize almost anyone who's ever reached any significant height at any area of life was almost never a truly self-made person. That person probably has gone through many years of extensive training, ideally has received a lot of assistance or help from mentors, those who were with that person directly or indirectly through books and other types of education, and of course, persistence and perseverance and a bit of luck and the chance to network and meet the right person. All of this means that there is really no such thing as self-made success. What you got to understand is that success is a byproduct of connecting to the right people, learning from other people, applying what you've learned, and then taking action on those consistently until you achieve your success. And that's not really self-made. You would be a self-made success if you created the definition of success all by yourself, defined exactly what had to be done all by yourself, made all these systems of success all by yourself. You didn't need anybody's help. You could just live on your own, independently, all by yourself, and achieve all that success that you wanted. And we know that's not possible. Even the term success itself is something that is defined by the help of the community you live in, which means oftentimes the things you consider to be cool and nice, the things that represent success are actually the things that you have actually been taught by your community or the society as a whole, which means your very definition of success is probably copied from somebody else, let alone the methods by which you've actually attained it. So why do I emphasize on not falling, perhaps victim to believing that there is such thing as a self-made success? Because if you believe in this false notion, you then develop the ego that will prevent you from learning, from being mentored, from somehow keeping an open mind and expanding your horizon towards new visions in life. And that will sabotage your success. And we see this all the time. People, reach a certain degree of success. They start believing in, I'm a self-made success. And they feel like they have that touch of gold. So whatever I do, I can be successful at because I did this right and it's all because of me. So if it was all because of me, then it means I can do the same thing. I can use me to get whatever else I want. And this ultimately prevents them from doing all the things they did initially, like having a curious, open mind, learning from mentors, finding ways, learning from the mistakes, changing their approach, keep trying, staying motivated. They stop doing all of those things because they believe that they have that touch of gold because, it's just me. I can succeed at anything I want. And that ultimately sabotages their success and prevents them from going forward. So today, I want to help you to avoid this trap. I want to help you understand why you have to stop believing that you have this touch of gold and that you're this magical creature who can actually achieve whatever you want. But this also applies to those of you who might be on the other side of the fence, believing that all these individuals who are extremely successful are just magical creatures. They're not like us. Their blood, is not red. They're probably, alien and whatnot. You see, this has both sides. So the ones who might not feel confident enough in their achievement and success might look at those who've done better than them and say, you know what? The reason they've done it is because they're special. I'm not special. I'm not like them. So these people are self-made success. They're geniuses. So they're not like me. I'm just an average, ordinary person. And that belief will also sabotage your success because you believe that there is such thing as self-made. So it's all about the self. No, it's not. It doesn't matter how much success you have at this moment, whether you are feeling very confident about what you've accomplished so far, or you feel like you've kind of been, left behind and you feel like maybe you haven't really accomplished most of your goals so far. Either way, you have to understand that this is not about just a belief that, oh, there is such a thing as a self-made success. So either I am or I'm not. This binary approach will hurt both sides. Once you understand that success is never something that you do solo all by yourself, and that is a result of having an open mind, expanding your network, learning from mentors, trying to learn from your failures, having an open mind, not being egotistical about everything, then both sides will actually benefit immensely. The ones who are doing well understand, well, actually, that my successes are a byproduct of a lot of help that I received from my teachers, from my masters, from those around me, from all the love and all the luck and all the help that I received. All of those things helped me to get where I am today. So I should not be so, arrogant. I should understand that I probably got a bit of, luck along the way as well. And all the teachings and all the instructions I received from my teachers and masters and mentors have really helped me a lot. So better keep that ego in check and keep humbly working towards more accomplishment. Then guess what happens? They will accomplish more. If you're on the other side of the fence saying like, well, I'm now 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever, and I haven't really accomplished anything meaningful up until now, at least by my estimation, because when I compare this with other self-made millionaires, quote unquote, I'm just a nobody, then you also realize that there is no such thing as a self-made millionaire. You also could accomplish and achieve a lot more by simply trying to do what other so-called self-made successes have done. By opening up, learning from your mistakes, learning from other mentors and teachers, trying to go out there, gain feedback, and keep trying, then you realize that you could actually achieve a lot more than you've done so far. So ultimately, by demystifying the notion of self-made, both sides of the aisle will benefit from a lot more motivation, they become a lot more humble, and they realize that almost anyone, practically anyone, can achieve a lot more than they have ever thought possible if they just stop believing that success is something that belongs to the special self-made people. There is no such thing as a self-made success. Everyone who's achieved success has done it the same way that anybody else has done, which means if you haven't achieved what you want from your life, then you simply got to do what they've done. It's the recipe, kind of like, cooking. So if you have the same recipe as the best chef in the world, yeah, maybe your dish won't be as tasty as his, but it's pretty much going to be the same dish, right? The same thing applies to life. There is a recipe for success in every area of life. And if something has been done by others, it means it can be done by you. And if you follow the same recipe, you get the same results, which is why when you say things like, whoa, I'm self-made success, it's because of the touch of my, genius that I've accomplished what I've done. No, that's not the touch of your genius. It's the touch of the genius of the teachers, the masters or mentors who laid the foundation and put the seed of success in your head. And now, thanks to your persistence, you've accomplished them. Or you might say, I've never believed that I was very special in anything. So the fact of the matter is that I'm not, which means that the people who have achieved a lot of success, they're just so lucky. They came from good families. They just got lucky early on in life and so on. No, you can become a quote unquote self-made success if you do what the other people do, which is exactly the opposite of self-made, which is opening yourself up, going out there, learning from other people, opening, yourself up to their help, asking for their help and cooperation, building networks, trying to join forces with other successful people, and voila, you also become a quote-unquote self-made success. So once you understand that, this truly takes away a lot of the stress that many of us face with when we are trying to look at our lives and say, okay, have I accomplished enough in my life? The fact of the matter is that you can accomplish a lot more so long as you understand that success is a recipe that everybody follows. And most often, between you and me, it's a recipe that has been copied and duplicated again and again throughout human history. So most people who have achieved success and call themselves self-made, they've pretty much duplicated and copied exactly what other successful people have done, and now they call themselves self-made. They're not self-made, they're copycats. But the fact of the matter is there's nothing wrong with that. That's called education. When you learn anything, you have to copy what you learn from other people. That's totally fine and normal. But stop calling yourself self-made, or stop calling those other people who've achieved success self-made. Understand that whatever others have done, you can do as well. All you got to do is to follow the recipe. And part of that is about believing and understanding that success, especially big success, almost never comes from one individual, no matter how talented, genius, or skilled that individual might be. It's, as a matter of fact, all about connecting, communicating, networking, and trying to ask for help and guidance of other people, especially the ones who've already accomplished what you want in life. And this is going to help you understand why it is extremely important to abandon the whole notion of self-made, to stop trying to achieve success all by yourself or trying to figure out all the ways to get there independently. Life is too short to reinvent the wheel. There are many people out there who've already accomplished what you have accomplished. So don't waste your time trying to reinvent the wheel and rediscover how to get there. Just go and ask, hey, how did you accomplish what you've accomplished? Because I want to do the same thing. Listen, learn from them, and then you'll realize that you can exactly have what they got, and that is the real method to achieve success, not as a self-made person, but as a person open to learning, open to exploring, open to trying new things, learning from failures, expanding your mind, having a growth mindset, and keep trying until you achieve your goals. All right, guys, that's all the time we had for today. Hope you actually found this podcast to be useful. And remember, if you want to achieve whatever you want, there are many other people who've already achieved it. So go out there, ask them how they got it, replicate, and get the same results. Have a great one. This was Daniel Molgan, and this was Beyond the Present Podcast. Take care.